Thank you so much for joining us here at our incredible Central Library. And I want to thank John Zabo, who is hosting us, and all of the amazing staff of our library department. We really try to build one team in Los Angeles, so a housing authority and a library. Walk into a bar and you can make up the punchline from there. But it really has been a joint effort to get information out to folks, and this is a wonderful place to become a citizen, to find a job, to go to our maker space. So much that you can do here beyond just the books and the documents and the photographs that are here. Thank you for having us at this beautiful space. I also want to thank Doug Guthrie, and you're going to be hearing from him. He has been our CEO of both general manager of our housing department, but then CEO of our housing authority of the city of Los Angeles, or HACLA, for more than a decade now, and really done a tremendous job. It's been a joy to work with you. I have to say these things now that I have 67 days left, but who's counting? And Carlos Vanatta, who is the director of HACLA, who we always are together, whether it's for great openings or great moments like this. Thank you, too, for your leadership. And I'll note their particular contributions when I introduce them in a few minutes. But as we recover from the pandemic, I often am asked by the press, what's the most important advice you'd give to your successor? We have this election coming up in less than 50 days. And I say the three main issues for Los Angeles' success are housing, housing, and housing. It will define our city. And while we have put nearly a decade of focus and work into building more housing, into accelerating more housing, just too many thousands of families still struggle to pay their rent in this city. We have a lower rate of homeownership in Los Angeles City than we do in New York City now. And in this affordable housing crisis, we can see it on our unhoused population, but you don't have to be unhoused to feel it. To consider, can I afford to stay here? Will my children be able to stay here? Will their children be able to stay here? There are hundreds of thousands of low-income households here in Los Angeles that are worried about keeping a roof over their heads. They pay either more than half of their income on rent, or they live in severely overcrowded, vulnerable housing situations. It affects their financial stress and their personal health. And in a city of renters, providing access to programs that can provide rent burden relief is critical. This is where the national program Section 8 comes in. This federal program here in Los Angeles supports more than 51,000 households. Multiply that by the number of people in those households, and it's probably close to 250,000 of our residents. And about 1/3 of the total Section 8 portfolio is devoted to our city's permanent supportive housing pipeline. And I want to thank HACLA for being such a key partner. That's a fancy way of saying housing for homeless Angelenos. It's a subsidy to help people get off the street. But Section 8 also keeps people from ever hitting the street. It allows them to be home for homework for their children, to maybe not work 2 jobs, but instead have one, to be able to take that job interview or that critical health appointment that can lead to better outcomes for all of us. So we all benefit from Section 8, whether we're a Section 8 recipient or not. The Section 8 program offers key assistance to low-income households by paying a portion of their rent to private landlords in the city. And I want to thank those private landlords, and you're going to hear from one today, who have done the right thing, both for their bottom line, but for our city's bottom line too, by becoming Section 8 landlords. And today is an incredible day because we're announcing for the first time in 5 years that HACLA is opening the program Waitlist to get a Section 8 voucher for your family, for your household. Now, this lottery doesn't guarantee that an applicant will receive a voucher, but it puts you in the group that will get vouchers. It provides the applicant with an opportunity to get on that waiting list, the potential to get a voucher in the future, and the first step to eliminating housing security for so many. So to every household that's eligible for the Section 8 program, I want you to submit your application to the city beginning on October 17th. And while not everybody who applies will receive the voucher, we're seeing more and more vouchers. And under the Biden administration, one of the things that we've seen this Congress and him do is expand both for emergency and hopefully long-term. What I'd like to see with long-term goal that this be an entitlement program, not just something given to the lucky few, but to everybody who needs housing in this country. And in the meantime, we're seeing one of the biggest expansions of this program in recent history. To list just a few of the collaborative successes we've had using Section 8 vouchers at the beginning of this and with housing in general. As I said at the beginning of my time as mayor, we wanted to set a bold goal for building housing, both market rate and affordable. Beginning of our administration, our goal was to produce or preserve 15,000 units of affordable housing. And as of the past quarter, we've far surpassed that with 21,000 units of affordable housing. It's a new record in our recent history. Now, that said, I don't want to pat us all on the back because we feel that housing crisis out there. And I'd say to my successor, see, now that we've been able to triple the pace of housing, increase permanent supportive housing sixfold, see if you can double it again. Because if we can do that and keep that going for a decade, we can have a shot of getting out of this housing crisis. We've also increased the stock of supportive and affordable housing completed in construction or in the pipeline, with now 176 new projects representing 9,000 units of permanent supportive housing and 12,199 total units of affordable and supportive housing, either done or permanently in that pipeline. And HHH funding, thanks again to the voters for passing Proposition H, has enabled the city to increase its annual production of supportive housing units by over 600%. I used to go to an opening of a new development maybe once a quarter when I started as mayor. I'm going to one or two a week now. And it was great to see the Los Angeles Times endorse the housing measure that will be on the ballot this fall. I hope folks will take a close look at that and consider voting for that as well. I'm not going to advocate on city time from this podium, but look at it closely and consider it. We made sure to look after our city as well during our darkest hour. And I think the pandemic showed just what we can do when we come together in a moment of crisis to help people in need. A total of $1.6 billion in both rent and utility assistance was given to the people and the landlords of Los Angeles who were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And in July 2021, the American Rescue Plan provided funding for an additional 3,365 emergency housing vouchers, the second largest allocation in the country after New York City, which was also very helpful in our work to end homelessness. And then the state came forward with both federal and state dollars for Home Key, rounds 1 and 2, that allow us to acquire buildings. A lot of people said, why does it take so long to build housing? And they're right. Can't we buy old motels and existing apartment buildings? And this housing authority and our housing department has been able to acquire 35 sites with 2,383 units. But it's not enough. So let me first talk to our property owners and make a plea. A lot of people, for some reason, there's a stigma around Section 8, which there shouldn't be. If you're a landlord and you've ever tried to collect your normal rent, you know, sometimes your renters don't pay on time. With Section 8, you don't have that problem. You're guaranteed to get your rent every single month on time to make your payments to the bank for the building that you own. And whether you're a property owner or manager, you can be a part of the solution. I know that you see homelessness on our streets. I know that you know families that are struggling with housing. Why not step up and be a part of the solution with those units that you have? So if you have a unit for rent, please take advantage of our incentives. Fill out the forms that we have at HACLA.org and become a recipient of these vouchers. The LeaseUp website you can go to is leaseupla.org to enroll your unit. That's leaseupla.org. And that unit can permanently be a dependable source of revenue for you and help an Angelino in need. Section 8 is one resource that's part of the city's affordable housing infrastructure. So how do you apply? I know that's what everybody wants to know. So the Section 8 waiting list will open up at 6 a.m. on Monday, October 17th, and it will remain open for 13 days, closing at 5 p.m. on Sunday, October 30th. So 6 a.m. from the 17th to 5 p.m. on the 30th. Now, applications will only be taken online, which is part of the reason we're at the library, and I'll get to that in a second. The website, which you need to know, is HACLA, right there, .hcvlist.org. That's HACLA.hcvlist.org. And you can apply online 24 hours a day while the application window is open. Please note, no applications are going to be accepted in person, by mail, or by email. And you will need a valid email address to apply. So that might sound like some barriers, but we're going to make it easy for you. We're going to tell you how, even if you don't have an email or access, you think online, you do, and we're going to help you. So free internet access and help setting up an email is available where? At all of our libraries. Hence why we're here. And we have the greatest library system. Every Angelino has a library within walking distance with amazing librarians who will help you get an email address, which is great, by the way, not just for Section 8, but if you're one of the few Angelinos without an email address, get one for all sorts of reasons, and at other locations as well. In addition, HACLA will have a list of partner organizations on their website that can help those who need extra assistance in filling out their application. If there's literacy issues, language issues, we want no barriers to keep anybody from being able to get their voucher. Then once we have the applications, the lottery will be random, so it will be fair. And a random library will decide, lottery, excuse me, we don't have random libraries. Random lotteries will decide who gets placed on the waiting list, so applications can be submitted at any time during the 2-week open application period. And a preference for housing assistance will be given to applicants who live or work in the city of LA and to applicants who are veterans or who have a household member who's a veteran. Now, one other thing I'll say, you don't get more chances the more times you apply. You can only apply once, so don't keep applying 100 times during that period. That won't help you. It's only one per household. So to apply for the Section 8 program, to learn eligibility, guess where you go? HACLA.hcvlist.org. And I want to thank the team from our housing authority who's made this day possible. There's a lot of work that goes into this and a lot of work that goes once we go live as well. Doug Guthrie is their boss and a great president and CEO of our housing authority. He's really seen the Section 8 program grow dramatically under his leadership. And he's an advocate on Capitol Hill, too, to make sure that our Congress and whatever administration is around knows how important this is. Since he started in this capacity in 2012, he oversees one of the largest public housing authorities in the nation, but continues to be not just a local leader, but a national leader. And I'm so pleased that he is here to make up for any mistakes that I just said and to give any information that you need. We'll have questions at the end as well, but please welcome our President and CEO of the Housing Authority, Doug Guthrie.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor, and welcome to everybody. And Mr. Mayor, you never make any mistakes, so there will be nothing for me to correct here, but many things for me to reiterate. So once again, I'm Doug Guthrie. I'm President and CEO of the Housing Authority for the City of Los Angeles, and I'm proud to lead HACLA in a number of innovative programs that we've been working on for some time now. But our key program is this program that's well known as Section 8, or as the Housing Choice Voucher Program, which is what the HCV stands for. And we do have thousands of units that we make good use of for those families that are most in need. And it is a valuable program because it allows the private landlords to rent apartments and homes at fair market rates to qualified low-income residents. And interested individuals can apply to have HACLA pay a portion of their rent in the form of housing assistance payments that go directly to the landlord. Now, the need is so great in the city of Los Angeles. We don't have enough resources to go to all qualified households, which is why we have to open this up to a waiting list periodically. We have to go to a lottery and then go through that lottery as quickly as we can as we have resources available. The last time we had an open Section 8 waiting list was, I believe it was this exact same day 5 years ago, where we held the opening here at the same location. And before that, it had been 13 years since the waiting list had been open. So this is an important but rare opportunity, I think, for all of those in need of housing that qualify by income to go through the application process. As the mayor was saying, we've tried to make this as easy and as available as we possibly can. We want everyone that's eligible and has an interest in this to not be intimidated and to have the support that whatever you need to make an application for this program. So we've tried to make the lottery easy, convenient, and the entire process available online. I won't repeat all the mayor's citations of lists and phone numbers, and besides, Carlos Vanatta, who's our director of Section 8, will probably need something to talk about as well, since the mayor covered most everything here. We also will have multiple languages available, And we also have today, even for the press, we have some of those well spoken in those languages available for any questions that you might have. And we go out of our way to, once again, make this accessible and available. We have help desks that are open. We will walk people through the process, no matter what it takes, to get you there. So, and as I mentioned, we're working with many organizations to assist those that need access to computer or extra help, or they can always come to the city library system, which has been such a great partner with the Housing Authority on a variety of fronts, not just this, but I remember during the COVID pandemic, we partnered with the library system to bring learning pods to many of our public housing residents, and received a lot of national recognition for the efforts of the LA Library here. So with that, let me finish my comments, and I'll turn it back over, I believe, to the mayor to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. And those languages that's available in our English and Spanish, of course, and also Korean, Chinese, Tagalog, and Armenian. But we can get access to any language. If you call us, you can do that through 311, and we can refer you to the Section 8 hotline too, so we can hit any language if necessary. Next, let me introduce Carlos Vanatta, as I mentioned, a longtime friend and longtime advocate within HACLA. He is the director of Section 8 program for the City of Los Angeles. He's had 36 years helping the people of the City of Los Angeles and overseeing this incredible Housing Choice Voucher Program. He's integral in assisting low-income Angelenos. Remember that we have both project-based vouchers which help us build buildings, and then also these which help individuals go into the private marketplace. And he has made a huge, huge impact. He's truly an angel in our City of Angels. Carlos Vanatta.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Yes, good morning, everybody. I am Carlos Vanatta, Director of Section 8 at the Housing Authority, City of Los Angeles. And before I begin, I would like to acknowledge a couple of the reps from the HUD Los Angeles Field Office. I want to introduce Mina Bavin, Director, right over there, and William Rhodes, Division Director at the HUD office. Thank you very much for being here today and supporting us. So I want to take a moment to walk you through the online application process for the Section 8 waitlist lottery so people know what to do when they visit the online application. We have created a website portal specifically for this effort at HACLAHCVlist.org to prepare for the Section 8 waitlist lottery when it opens on Monday, October 17th. The website, the application, and information are available in the 6 languages that the mayor just mentioned. So that's English, Spanish, Tagalog, Mandarin, Chinese, Korean, and Armenian. On the top right of the website, you can place the cursor on the button for language, and it will open up the application in that preferred language. We also have on that website a great how-to video on how to apply for the Section 8 assistance. It walks you through the application process. It has subtitles in the 6 languages. And also on that website, HACLAHCVlist.org, there is a frequently asked questions document that goes over a number of the questions that anyone may have regarding the application process, including what is the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program? When is HACLA opening its Section 8 program wait list? And who can apply for Section 8? We encourage individuals to visit this section before you apply. So you can do that today and anytime up until October 17th. The FAQs are also available in all 6 languages. So as mentioned, the online application will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week between October 17th at 6 a.m. and Sunday, October 30th at 5 p.m. A random lottery will decide which applicants are placed on the waiting list, so applications can be submitted at any time during that 2-week period. You don't have to rush and jam and do it on the very first day, first hour. It can be any time within the 2-week period. And actually applying early during that 2-week period provides no benefit, so apply any time during that period. At the end of the application period, as noted, HACLA will use a computer randomized lottery to select up to 30,000 applicants for the Section 8 wait list, And we will use that list going forward into the future to fill all turnover vacancies that we have in the program. You can use any smartphone, mobile device, or computer with internet access to apply. And a preference will be given to those applicants who live or work in the city of Los Angeles or who are veterans released from military service under conditions other than dishonorable. If you need assistance due to a disability, need language translation services, or communication in an alternate phone format, we also have a waitlist hotline. So you could call 213-523-SEC8, Section 8, get it, kind of clever, or the overall number is 213-523-7328, or we also have a 1-800 number, which is 877-621-SEC8, or overall 877-621-621-7328, toll free. We will have call center agents available there that could assist you from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day of the waitlist opening during that 2-week period at the end of October. And they can assist individuals in applying for assistance online. Also, if individuals with hearing or speech disabilities need assistance, they can call TDD or the TTY technology through the California Relay Service by dialing 711 for assistance. Applications for the Section 8 waitlist lottery must be submitted only online at HACLA.hcvlist.org and will not be available in paper form. Applications will not be provided or accepted in person or by mail or fax or email. Applications will not be accepted or available at any housing authority office, so you must do it online. In order to apply, you will need an email address, and there are many services that offer free email accounts such as Gmail, Yahoo Mail, or Hotmail.com. You can access these sites through any smartphone, mobile device, or computer with internet access. As mentioned, for those individuals that do not have an email address or don't know how to set one up, we have partnered with several community organizations, including the LA City Libraries, thank you, Mr. Szabo, that will provide free internet access, and select libraries will also help individuals set up an email account and assist with actual application submission during the 2-week period. So please visit our website, HACLA.hcvlist.org, for a list of locations with internet access or email setup classes. We are really excited about this announcement. The waiting list lottery will again be open from Monday, October 17th at 6 a.m. through Sunday, October 30th at 5 p.m. For additional resources for partner agencies that can assist providing help with the application, email setup, and free access to computers and internet, please visit our website one last time, HACLA.hcvlist.org. Thank you very much.
I think there's a HACLA drinking game that every time you say that, something happens. But anyway, next, let me introduce our city librarian. As mentioned, he can help, and his team can help us make sure that you have access not just to an email for this, but for improving your life and all sorts of access to game-changing services that this library system provides. So thank you again for hosting us here. I know whenever we do this, we're right across from that building that the garage beeps at us a lot. So hopefully you're getting enough sound bites by Carlos repeating this 100 times. But come on forward and please welcome our city librarian, John Szabo.
Thank you so much, Mayor, and truly, truly welcome everyone to our Central Library. All of us at the Los Angeles Public Library are so pleased to not only be the host for this event and this announcement, but we're really excited about being a partner again with HACLA and helping Angelenos access the lottery and get online, get email accounts, and participate in this. There have been many comments about language access, and as I look forward as well, I'm reminded of the Literate Fence, which is a reminder with all of these wonderful languages on it that the library is a place of language access with collections, with staff, with programs in languages that Angelenos speak. And so that is a wonderful reminder that the library is indeed for everybody. And we do. We welcome everyone at the library. And the reason your city librarian is really excited about this is that there will be people, there will be thousands of people that will come to the 73 locations of the LA Public Library to get an email account because of this activity, this program with Section 8, who will learn about the free public library services that we offer, who will learn about all the great things that the library offers, and I think that's really exciting. Of course, all of our 73 libraries have so many computers with free internet access, assistance with getting online, assistance with getting those email accounts. All 73 of our libraries are Wi-Fi hotspots and can be connected using your personal devices. And we're also really happy to partner with HACLA on free ambassador-led workshops at several of our libraries to help people fill out the online application and provide that direct assistance. And then after signing up and getting on that list, we encourage visitors to explore and take advantage of really everything that the library has to offer. And of course, we've got 7.4 million books and other resources on our shelves, but you can also earn an online accredited high school diploma at the library, get immigration assistance, take your first step on the path to U.S. citizenship, participate in the Octavia Lab Makerspace with 3D printing, sound studio, digital embroidery, get homework help, live online tutoring, and thousands of public programs in those languages that have been spoken about already. So really fantastic things at the library, and I know so many people will discover the Los Angeles Public Library through this initiative. And so the big message today from me is that our libraries are here for you. And it is just this kind of a partnership that we love participating in because we're an important part of Los Angeles and we're all about access and we're free for absolutely everybody. So again, thank you for your great support of our libraries and this endeavor, Mayor Garcetti, and thanks to Doug Guthrie and the entire team at HACLA. Love working with you and we look forward to being helpful during this 13-day period. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it. Our two last speakers are our most important ones, and I want to thank them both for being here today. It might be their first press conferences ever, so especially want to thank you for joining us. First is Matt Sheriff, who is a Section 8 landlord, who has seen the advantages of why this is important to do. It's good for his business, but it's also great for the people of LA, and we appreciate your participation. So why don't you share your perspective, Matt, as a landlord participating in this, as we look for more landlords to join us to do the same.
Thank you, Mayor. And I want to also thank Angela Adams for inviting me down to speak today. Hi, I'm Matt Sheriff. It's a pleasure to talk about my experience as a business owner who accepts, as a building owner, who accepts housing voucher tenants. My wife and I own 2 income properties, one a single-family home in Highland Park and the other a triplex in San Pedro. We bought the triplex in 2019 after doing all the final upgrades needed to make the building a home. We advertised online. Plenty of applicants reached out, and all 3 units were quickly rented. However, turnover began to occur in about 6 months, and after about 2 years, we decided to rent to our first Section 8 voucher holder. It was the best decision we have ever made as landlords. The 2 tenants with vouchers that live in the building today are 2 of the best tenants we've had. They help improve the property, and they are just simply nice people. The tenant in the front is a retired social worker and a grandmother who is a great decorator and has many cute wind chimes on the front lawn, which really make the building look like a home. Our tenant in the middle unit is a young mother who is finishing a nursing program and likes to lift weights for exercise. Her daughter plays volleyball at the local courts. Our experience with Section 8 tenants has been so positive that we are considering investing in more buildings, and we will certainly accept voucher holders as a priority. I think it's a new era for Section 8, for the Section 8 housing program, and I'm glad to be a part of something that helps so many. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Well done. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for sharing that experience. Last but not least, the human face of this. This isn't about statistics. This is about stories. This isn't just about numbers. This is about real-life narratives. And one of those narratives is William Patena, who is a Section 8 tenant. And we want you to know what a difference this will make in your life as it has in his. So please welcome and thank him for coming here today. Great to see you.
Good morning. I'd like to thank HACLA for giving me the opportunity to speak to all of you. As a recipient of Section 8 housing vouchers, I can say that with absolute certainty that thank you,
Sure.
that if not for this program, I would have not the ability to live in the city of Los Angeles, especially with the current expenses such as food, gas, and just daily living costs. I'm grateful that this program does exist, and I look forward to the future of this program, and I would hope to see more landlords participating in Section 8 so that more choices would become available for people looking for housing, such as myself or anyone. This program helps lift families off the streets, and it enables them to move forward with other necessary life needs. My personal experience with HACLA and its employees has been a very positive one, and I honestly believe that HACLA employees are very dedicated to their job and try to do the best for its participants. Their job is a difficult one, and many people rely on them for their expertise in housing. I personally would like to thank Mr. Camaro for his help over the years, and finally I would like everyone to know that Section 8 is helping millions stay off the streets, and myself included. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Appreciate you very much. Finalmente, la información en español también. I wish I could do it in Armenian, Tagalog, and Korean and Chinese, but my apologies. And you don't have that much time today. Hoy es un día increíble, porque hoy estamos anunciando que en las próximas 2 semanas, HACLA, la Autoridad de Vivienda en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, estará abriendo la lista de espera para el programa Sección 8 por primera vez en 5 años. Lo que significa que más angelinos tendrán la oportunidad de acceder a este recurso. I'll wait for a second for the song. Esta lotería no garantiza que un aplicante recibirá un vale para asistencia de alquiler, pero da la oportunidad de entrar en la lista de espera con la posibilidad de obtener un vale en el futuro. Este es el primer paso para eliminar la inseguridad de vivienda para muchos. Hay una crisis de vivienda en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, pero el programa de Sección 8 es una ayuda para toda la gente, asistencia para las familias, para fortalecer nuestras comunidades y vecindarios también. La aplicación para la lotería abre a las 6 en la mañana, lunes 17 de octubre, y cierra a las 5 en la tarde, el domingo 30 de octubre. Las aplicaciones estarán disponibles solo por línea. Pueden encontrar acceso gratuito a Internet y ayuda para crear una cuenta de correo electrónico en todas las bibliotecas públicas, incluyendo el branch central, primera biblioteca en la ciudad, en nuestra ciudad. Hay una biblioteca en su vecindario y hay bibliotecarias que pueden asistirte con este proceso. Para aplicar o para más información, visite hacla.hcvlist.org y tenemos información en español, videos para asistirte y también hay personas que pueden hablar en español. Y este sitio de Internet es muy importante por toda la información está allí y este es muy importante para nuestras familias. Gracias a HACLA, gracias también a las bibliotecas y por los dueños de unidades de vivienda. Necesitamos su ayuda también. Este programa es muy importante para ustedes. Es bueno por su negocio, pero también por la crisis de vivienda en la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Este es una solución. Finalmente, gracias a nuestras parejas federales, a HUD y esta administración de Biden para su asistencia en esta expansión de este programa. Thanks very much. Thanks so much for getting the word out there and helping us. Appreciate it. Have a great day.